The furthest person to being a Republican, Joe Rogan, has encouraged his podcast listeners to vote Republican.
I hope there's lessons learned in this, because this is a new thing. We had never had this before. No one who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic. And I'm hoping that now that this is over, people are going to, recognize that some serious errors were made and not repeat those. That's the best you can get out of it. But as far as compensation for all those people that were forced to close their businesses and keep their doors shuttered and lost everything that they'd worked for decades to build, no, they're just going to be angry.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican. That's what a lot of them are going to do anyway.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, more than 1 million people transferred over to the Republican Party, I think in 2021 alone. Find out what that number is. But, you look at guys like Ron DeSantis, who kept Florida open and had some pretty reasonable policies in terms of, like, what to do about COVID. And, he mapped it out on television. He was, widely criticized for this.
Yes, of course. Vote for Republicans. People like Ron DeSantis are very, very reasonable. Republicans are the ones that said that we needed to sacrifice grandma for the economy during COVID. These are the same people whose leader said people should shove a light bulb up their ass and drink bleach to cure COVID, or drink urine. Same party, same people. Or how about, take those fake COVID cures, hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin, which do nothing for COVID-19. In their respected fields, sure, they do what they're supposed to do, but they don't actually cure COVID. And yet here's, Joe Rogan making a plea saying, hey, you know what? If you were affected by the lockdown, you should just vote for Republicans. I mean, they're going to anyway, right? Because their lives were ruined by the very, very minimal shutdowns that we've had. And they were minimal. And by the way, did you forget about Paycheck Protection Program loans that went out? So many businesses took advantage of that. That was near $800 billion. And by the way, a lot of the businesses that did take advantage of that still ended up firing workers and going under. Why? It's because they were having problems pre-COVID. And the pandemic basically was the thing that put the nail in the coffin. They were already going to go out of business. But anyway, that's the people, that's the advice from Joe Rogan. Yeah, just vote for Republicans. Now, he also, as you heard, praised Ron DeSantis. He loves what Ron DeSantis is doing. Now, does that include banning books? Does that include, I don't know. Okay, so on the banning books, by the way, I thought he didn't like censorship. Joe Rogan, I thought you're against censorship. Well, how about, the fact that he went after teachers and has been equating gay people with pedophiles? How about that? How about firing a judge who refused to criminally charge women who sought abortions, or the doctors who performed them? They signed a 15-week abortion ban. Is that what a not-so-secret conservative would vote in favor of? And in case you're wondering what it is the hell I'm talking about, wait, Joe Rogan, secret conservatives, what are you talking about? Well, here's a quote from Rogan, or I should say a video from Rogan back in July. Take a look.
People will say, like, oh, you're a secret conservative. I'm like, you could suck my dick. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm so far away from being a Republican.
Yeah.
Just because I believe in the Second Amendment, and just because I support the military, and just because I support police. Yeah. Like, I was on welfare as a kid. I think it's important. I think having a social safety net is
great.
Crucial.
Yes.
It's crucial.
Yeah.
We should help each other. We're supposed to be one big community. I'm a bleeding heart liberal when it comes to a lot of shit.
There it is.
I just also believe in discipline and hard work. It's not just abortion rights, but now they're going after gay marriage too, which is so strange to me. Because gay marriage is not silly. It's marriage. It's marriage from people that are homosexual, and it's for them. It's important. It's just like why are you removing freedom? It's so homophobic because you're saying there's something wrong with being homosexual. By saying that you are opposed to gay marriage, you're saying you're opposed to gay people.
Weird. Like all the stuff that he cited of why he's not going to be a Republican or why he doesn't support Republicans kind of contrasts a lot, actually, or contradicts him supporting Ron DeSantis, who's doing all these things that Republicans are doing that he says he hates. Again, Ron DeSantis, Republicans hate social safety nets. They hate welfare. Abortion. The conservative Supreme Court overturned Roe. Abortion, got rid of that. Gay rights, again, they're not in favor of that. And so, look, there's all these positions that Joe Rogan claims that he holds that Republicans don't. But of course, the focus is, yeah, but Democrats made me wear a mask. And I'm so mad at that. Now, again, when you talked about community, right? Hey, we should help each other. We should be one big community, man. Well, okay, that's what the masking and vaccines were for, to protect each other in the community from having COVID ravage everybody. And by the way, when it comes to Ron DeSantis in Florida, Florida had some of the highest COVID numbers, COVID deaths in the country. So here's the thing, though. Look, you can see that Rogan only cares about other people as long as he's not personally affected. Oh, yeah, no, I'm bleeding heart when it comes to a lot of these things. As long as it doesn't have to, as long as it doesn't affect me. If it affects me, if I have to pay more, in taxes, or if I have to wear a mask on a bus, well, then, I'm personally affected. And therefore, I'm going to side with Republicans. As soon as he's asked to do something to, help others, that's when all his liberal bleeding heart stuff goes right out the window. Now, the other thing about this is why he's going in this direction is that it's audience capture. His audience is filled with conservative or libertarian dude bros. They hate the vaccine. They hate woke politics, or whatever that means. They want to stick it to the libs. No, they're also super transphobic, and so is Joe Rogan. And so it's not surprising to me that Joe Rogan, who's not a very deep thinker, is just, being, again, incredibly contradictory to his own stated personal beliefs and telling people, hey, vote for Republicans. And it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody who's watching. Look, I'll say that Joe Rogan, I'll agree that he's not a secret right-winger. No, he's just a reactionary. That's really all. That's his politics.